Let's now shift our focus to Nepal. A spiritual leader has been arrested on charges of rape and kidnapping. His name is Ram Bahadur Bomjan, but the world knows him as the Buddha boy. So who is he and what's his story? How did he go from a spiritual leader to an alleged rapist? Let's start from the top. Now, little is known about the Buddha boy's early years. He was born in 1990 as Ram Bahadur Bomjan Tamang. He lived in the Bara district of Nepal. When he was around 14 years old, he left his home for India. He went to Dehradun to study and become a lama at a monastery, but he did not finish what he started. Only 5 months later, he returned to Bara. It wasn't long when he left his home once again, and this time to do meditation. According to some versions of the story, nobody had a clue. Bomjan just disappeared after midnight. A search was conducted, but he was nowhere to be found. And next morning, his brothers saw him near a river close to their house. But Bomjan refused to go home. He kept on walking alone, only to stop at the Ratanpuri jungle. The next day, he was found meditating under a peepal tree. Dressed in white clothes, he sat cross-legged with a calm expression on his face. Days went by, but Bomjan did not move. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. But Bomjan did not move a finger, let alone eat or drink. Soon the news spread. The pictures of Bomjan meditating were circulated. People started drawing parallels between him and Lord Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. And there were uncanny coincidences. Just like Buddha, Bomjan's mother was also named Maya Devi. Just like Buddha, Bomjan was also born on a full moon day. He also meditated under the peepal tree and assumed the same posture as Lord Buddha. At that time, this was enough to make people believe. Many started worshipping him as the reincarnation of Buddha. And soon, Bomjan became Nepal's Buddha boy. In the year 2005, the 15-year-old sat in a tree hole meditating for 11 months without food, without water. That is what the local media reported. We still don't know how he did that. If at all, some 50 meters away, a barbed wire and guards isolated him from the touch of the world. Only his brother had the key to this fortress. Now, just a year ago, Ratanpuri had been a simple farming village. It had little contact to the outside world. But after the rise of the Buddha boy, the village became a sort of a pilgrimage site. Devotees bought and sold Bomjan's merchandise. There were pictures, videos, books. Even a documentary was made on him. Devotees gave him hundreds of thousands of rupees in offerings. Even well-known ministers and businessmen became his followers. A decade passed by. Bomjan declared his own religion, set up an ashram and built an empire. His religious organization branched out both at home and abroad. But little did he know that his empire would fall like a castle of cards. So how did the Buddha boy's downfall actually begin? Well, he faced allegations of wrongdoing. Reports started to emerge about his violent behavior and alleged crimes. It began with an assault. A devotee came to Bomjan's monastery to visit his guru, and when the Buddha boy reportedly attacked him with a sword, and soon this erratic behavior was common for people in the ashram. In the year 2010, dozens of assault complaints were filed against Bomjan. He was accused of beating the victims because they disturbed his meditation. In the year 2018, an 18-year-old nun accused Bomjan of raping her, that too at his own ashram when she was a minor. The following year, police opened another investigation against the Buddha boy. His own family members reported the disappearance of 4 devotees from one of the ashrams. It's still not known where those people are. This was the Buddha boy's undoing. An arrest was issued against him in the year 2020, and almost 4 years on, the police finally got a hold of the Buddha boy. They tracked down the 34-year-old on the outskirts of capital Kathmandu. He reportedly tried to flee the officers by jumping 2 floors from a window, but all in vain. The police arrested Bomjan and brought him before the media in handcuffs. The officers also seized a stack of Nepalese banknotes and other foreign currencies. How much was it worth? Some $260,000. Bomjan is now expected to be taken to court. His followers are not happy, of course. They gathered outside the Central Investigation Bureau offices in Kathmandu, but were pushed back by the riot police. You see, this was the rise and fall of a so-called spiritual leader. There was a time when he was recognized as a peaceful ascetic, but now his monstrous side is on wide display. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.